Hello everyone. We are getting started a minute too early here. Minute early, it looks like. Just because I'm ready to go. I'm excited to try a new game here. New to me anyways. Roll to the Top. This is a roll and write game. Pretty simple in what you're doing. But it's fun because it gives you different dice. 20-sided. 12, 8, 6, and a 4, as well as another die here that we're going to be remembering to use, hopefully. I may forget, but hopefully not. So, roll to the top. We'll talk about that in a second. First, gin and tonic. Tastes good as always. So, let's get down to the table, where I can show off how I fly across the screen to get out of the way. But more so that I can show off these boards here. And roll to the top, you're going to be rolling all of the dice, and you have to go from low to high on the board. So I don't have to use all the dice. I could say like, no, those are too high. Or as I get higher, I can add up dice. But here I might start with a 2, 3, 3, and I could do a 6 here, but then you're starting to get to high numbers fast as you're going. But then, so I can just say, hey, I only want to use those 3 dice. However, the AI is going to cross out 4. They cross out the number in the pool -1. This large die here, I would use to swap my dice, or swap dice around, because some of these sides are going to have you remove a die or add a die, but this one's by choice, as you go. And if you have all of them in there, you must remove one. I'm actually going to remove the 20. 20 is going to sit at the top there. Oh, perfect. So I can go 2, 2, 2. You know what? I am going to 6. I'm not going to use it. They're going to cross out 3. And I can add a die. So I add a die back in, repeating the process. We know what this die is going to have to be minus a die. I wish it was up higher to use that 16, but I'm not. So let's see. We have 2, 3, 3. Let's do the 5 there, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now they are ahead of me. I'm going to remove a die. And we haven't seen me do one thing yet that you can do with the dice. But that will become, oh, we're going to add a die back in, more important coming up here. So like right now, I can't actually use that 2. Could use the 3, but instead I can add these 2 together to get myself a 5. And we'll put the 7 up there. They're going to get 3. So I'm going to have to start using all the dice coming up here, which is kind of why I want to start to work vertically. We knew what was happening there. So 1 doesn't help me, but I can get a 4, a 4, 7. I could put a 14 here, but then I would need a 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's not worth it, even though they are going to be working ahead of me in terms of speed. I have to get rid of a die. We repeat the process. 5, 6, 4, 2. Wait, is it greater than or equal to? It is equal to, so I probably would have actually created a space for myself just to maintain that spot for the 2. Let's do that. Let's do the 6 there. And then my pool is 4, so they cross out 3. I'm going to trash. I'm actually going to get rid of that one right now. Two-sided die is less useful. 3, 3, 6. So 3, 6. And that one allows me to add or remove a die. You know what? I'm actually not going to place that 3. We're going to go place another. I can't use a 6 there. Never mind. I'm going to place a 6 here just to work on building up, because I'm going to pull a die back. They cross out 2. And let's roll and see what happens next. 2, 4, 5, 5. So we're going to actually use the 2 and the 4 together. And we're going to use the 4 actually to put that there. 5. And then we're going to add these 2 together for a 7. So I'm still building up. I got to remove a die. And they cross off 3. And let's roll again and see what happens. Game is quite simple. So 6, 9. I could put a 15 here, but that again messes with my numbers a fair amount. So we're going to actually remove that one. Get our 2 crossed out over there. 2 and a 7. We're adding a die. You know what? We're going to just put the 7 in there. Cross that out. Take back that one. Plus or minus a die. We have a 7, a 14, and a 3. Because I could do 10 and 14, then 15, 16, 17. Yeah, that's not too bad. But I could also just do a 7 and a 14. It doesn't really matter, actually. I do want to start working up further, because I'm going to add back in a die. I think I need to be a little bit luckier early on. 20. It's too high. I can swap. So we're not touching that 20. 4 and 7. I can swap a die. Let's do that. Forgot to cross off 3 for them. Minus a die. I have an 11, a 7, a 4, and a 3. So I can do 11. And then 7 and 7. We're going to drop that one. 11, 2, and 3. I mean, 11's the only one I can use here, unfortunately. We're going to cross out 2 over here. And I can put it here because that's a 5. Not going to be high enough. I could go, I'm actually going to go 14 with that. I'm going to bring back in the die. 7, 7, 5. So, and 7, 7. I need to place really, because they have 3 left. This is going to end the game on this round, but let's just see how close I can get to the top. That was always going to be a negative. We can put 8 there. Then I think I have to use the rest of these because 6, 6, 12, 15. But they get to cross out 4. Interesting. Interesting. So that was just a first taste here. Pretty nice markers and erasers. Nicely laminated sheets. Get rid of my numbers here. Squeaking away. Get rid of the X's. So solo play, I'm just going to track my win or loss. Loss in this case. Solo play is interesting. This is one that I suspect I'm going to like better multiplayer. So the reason I say that is because of how the solo works. It's out, you're having to use every die basically every time. And so we're going to actually flip it over to the other side here, the Eiffel Tower. And build on up. 2, 4, 7, 8, 12. Oh my goodness, this is actually way tougher because like the pyramid, some of these, like this one doesn't have any spot above it, which means I can go high there when it comes up. But they are going to strike 4 of them. And, you know what? Let's do 8. Oh, wait. That one isn't under anything. So we're going to put our 12 there. Our 8 there. We'll do the 7 and then 4 and 2. So we stay ahead of them. Actually, if I'm going to put a 7 there, I'm going to do an 8 here. Because like this spot doesn't have anything beneath it. Either does this one. So I can adjust my numbers accordingly. And I can leave that one empty. So like here, I have a 7, 8, 4, 3. So We do a 3, 4. Let's do 8 and 7. They're striking 3 of them, so I'm staying ahead. It's clever. Like actually, I think the pyramid might be harder. Oh no. 1, 1, 14, 5, 7. Okay, so I'll give a little ground here. Put a 6 there, an 8 there, then a 14 there. So they'll catch up. This is 4 for them, but I'm still 2 spots ahead. I have to get rid of one. Let's get that one out of there. Maybe. So, don't know why I keep on taking off the cap. I can go 7 there. Let's do 8 there. 4 and 3. So I did get all of those in. They are crossing out 3. I remove 1. Let's remove the smallest one this time. Adding 1. Oh boy. 4, 2, 1. So we have a 7 if everything's added together. But I can do that and then a 6 over there. They're going to cross off 2, but I got 2 as well. We're taking back the bigger number die here. One, 3, 7, 10. So I'm going to add those 2 together to get an 8. I can put my 3 there, and then 10. Let's do 10 right here, because I'll be able to reset my number, basically. I can swap if I want to. I don't want to. They cross off 3. We're still staying ahead of them. So yeah, the more I get into this, like, first impression, I think is still going to be accurate. I can either add or minus 1. That I think that this is going to be okay. So I can do 6 there. 5, 9. Let's do 9 there. And that means I can't use the 5. So it means they're catching up by 1. I'm going to actually pull in the last die. 3, 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. And then I want to do an 8 there. Three, 5, 2, 5, 7. Couldn't use the 3 anywhere else. So let's do my 11 there. They're going up 4. I lose a die. And we roll again. We're losing a die. Oh, we have an 18. Okay. Not the end of the world, because I can put that 10 there, 18, and then continue to build up there with a 6. So I need a 9 to go up this side, ideally. And let's see. Let's get rid of that. It's a little risky. Potential for high numbers or low numbers. 4, 4, 5. So, I mean, they're going to go up 2. I'm only going to be able to place 1, which is going to be my 9 right there. We're going to lose 1. We now have kind of mid-range dice. Well, we're going to have to lose another one. But I can go 8 and 8. They cross off 1. And, well, we're going to be adding a die back no matter what. I can't use the 4. They do cross off 1, even though they're crossing off 1 less than I have. Let's bring back that one. 8-sided die. We have a 9. So they're going to cross off 1. I have a 9 and a 2. I'm just going to go with a 9 there. Actually, should have brought back the 18. Excuse me, the 20-sided die. I could see the number 18 on the side of it. Come on. Oh, 4. Nothing. I can swap it with something, but because I only have 1, I actually have to bring back another die. 18 and 5. I can swap. I'm going to cross off 1. I don't want to put an 18 in here. That then becomes I need 19s all the way up. I'm going to swap this over here in hopes of getting an 11. I don't love an 11. It's pretty high. I wish I could subtract. I'm not going to use any. I could swap. I'm not going to swap. 8 and 6. We're adding a die. I'm going to put my 8 there. Not put in a 6. It's going well, Fatal. Welcome to the stream. Just playing some Roll to the Top from Allplay. An 8. You know what? 11, 13. This is a roll and write game of filling in a monument. Has a AI that's some X's. But yeah, I'm doing well. I have way too many board games coming in and not enough time to play them all. Oh, dear Lord. Another game I might be interested in. Sounds great. Oh, 12. You know what? We'll put it up there. There was just a train roll and write or flip and write on Kickstarter today that I backed. Of course, now I can go up to 15 if I want or not. But then they'd be ahead of me by 1. We're going to let them be ahead of me by 1. Oh, cool. So that is very cheap. I'm intrigued at that price point. So 12 and a 10, huh? Well, I would have to go 15 here. They're going up 3. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I am not going to swap anything. I just need a good roll here. 13 doesn't help me. I can turn that into a 15. Yeesh. That was going well. So game 2 done. And I actually am going to do a really fast glance over at Discord. Ooh, Dust Runner. Dust Runner. I've never heard of it. That sounds cool. I like the aesthetic. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a nice discount right now on that one, Fatal. You know what? Let's keep going. I don't have anything to wrap up tonight with. I don't have my podcast. Yeah, I haven't looked into it too much, obviously. I just glanced at it barely, but it does look like something I would like. And at that price point, that is really good. So we're going to try... Well, first things first, we're going to track the play. Yet another loss. And then we're going to try... we're going to flip back to the pyramids. We might get in 4 plays today, actually. Which would be something. Trying to think. Anne's Trespass is coming back to Kickstarter soon. That is going to take some money. So I know there's something coming up here. And it sounds like the cooperative Stranger Things game from CMON is going to be coming to retail in May. That's what it sounds like anyways. I might get that one pre-ordered just because it is Stranger Things. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got 2 hot garbage rolls. Hottest of hot garbage. You know what? 5, 1, 3. We are not putting those in. Get that die out of there. I want to get out the high number dice as fast as possible. Okay. So let's do 4, 4, 3, 8. Because it's easy enough to have a slightly higher number. Or easy enough, I say. I'm not actually sure that's the case. Creeping up the edge there. Yeah, I wasn't in on the original. Let's do that. So just so I have a spot to creep higher numbers. Except we're going to use the 5 there. For Aeon's Trespass, and it's gotten really good reviews thus far, from what I've seen. A 1 and a 2. And I'm trying to think, what else? Well, GameFound just announced a whole bunch of games coming there. Not all of them I'm interested in, which is a good thing. Let's do 3 and 4. I'm not going to swap anything. What else have I had come in? I mean, Planet Unknown is actually the game that I've played. Oh, hot garbage roll there. Can I get 2 spots? No, I cannot. And that is a great one. I really love Planet Unknown. Okay, much better, much better. 6, 8, 4. So 4, 8, 6. Climbing on up there. Yep. Can swap. I'm not going to. I'm going to risk. Okay. Another roll here. So 3, 5. I'm just barely ahead. I have to subtract a die. I'm getting rid of the lowest die. Well, that one has been doing decently for me. But I'm running out of spots where that's going to work. As I continue to run out of spots because I keep on rolling 1s. We'll bring in the D12 again. 1. Okay. That becomes an 8. I don't want to use that 12. We're getting rid of the D12. 6. That can be a 7 if I want, or just keep it as a 6. We're just going to keep it as a 6. I think they're one ahead of me now. 5. 5 works. I think I scared away Fatal because I keep on telling him about games that he wants to but doesn't want to back. Let's do a 5 there. And swap. You know what? We're going to hot swap in the 12. 9 and 2. I can't use the 2. Could use the 9. I could use an 11, but that's not worth it. I'm not going to swap anything. 6 and 8. Like, I really need to get that 2 of them done there, because 3 and 5. Okay, so that actually works for me. I'm starting to get ahead of them slightly again. So like I almost have I have this row filled completely, so I'm 3 ahead of them. I gotta add in a die. Let's add in the 20. I don't have a spot for that 4, but I can go 8 and 7. Keep pace with them. Get rid of that one. This is going much slower than previous times. 10 and a 6. Because of the fact that I am down so far on dice. And I have mainly been sticking 5. Can't do anything with a 5. Could swap. Not going to swap. They catch up by 1. An 11 and a 5. I don't want to really use an 11 though. You know what? We're going to let them catch up by 1 more. Trash the D20. 1. They catch up by another 1. I'm 1 ahead. 12 and 4. Get up to 16. Well, we're going to go 12. Subtracting a die. We're going to go there. Come on. An 11. 11 is doable. I need to start adding dice, basically. That is the big thing, is I don't have enough dice to get high enough numbers. So like in this in this case, I'm going to go up by 1. Put the 15 there. But I'm going to use it to add a die in hopes of... That is 1, 7, 6. We're going to add a die. They go up by 2. I only go up by 1. 14 there. This is coming down to it. We are neck and neck, which means I think technically they are ahead. Because, like, they'll go up 3. I will place a 12 and a 13. Trash a die. Let's trash the lowest one. I just need to be able to place twice. I cannot place twice. They go up by 2. I'm going to only be able to go up by 1. I have to go all the way up to 15. That's doable. I could swap. Clanky math rocks tell me it is not possible for me to win. But I am closer. So 15... Or not 15, 13, which means I couldn't even place that one. And they defeat me again. Yeah, like I said earlier, I am so on this solo mode. I'm trying to think. It does a good job of Like, how can you make this solo mode work better? I think it's just slight. But the thing is, if you get down to one die and you're like, well, you don't add an X, then you run into the problem of like, okay, well, I'm just going to keep it at one die. I'm going to roll the d20. Oh, I add a die. I roll. I place one number down, match. I get rid of a die. And you could just really game the system that way. So let's try one more round here before we wrap up for the night. And come on, let's get a win. Let's grab them all and restart. So actually, before I restart, let's just talk a little bit about competitive play. So competitive play, you're passing the dice around as to who rolls it. And the person who rolls the dice, so if I added plus, the person on next turn would add a die or subtract a die. They get to make that choice. And so you're trying to build out your best route and be the first person to be able to complete it. You just don't have the luxury of waiting ever when you play solo. Alright, we can actually use every single die here. 20. It's nothing above it. Then we're going to do 4, 4, 5, and 6. Maybe not the smartest start. Those are much higher numbers in a lot of ways than I'd like to start with. Especially when you roll 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7. Actually, that's not too bad because I should have trashed a die. So we won't count that roll. We're going to actually trash the 4-sided die. 2, 2, 4, 12. I don't like a 12. I don't even like, because I want to do really a 4 and a 4. And that's it. No, I can put the 12 down there. So they cross out 3. I'm still one ahead of them. I could plus or minus 1 die. Do I want to add? Yeah, I want to add this one back in. And technically, I can fill in these whenever I want. Which is something worth noting because it allows you to use your lower numbers. So like 5, I don't want to put in 12 there or anything like that. That 12 just isn't going to get used. We know we're removing a die. We have a 10 as well. You know what? Let's do the 10 there. Then I have a 2 and a 3 left. Or do I do a 12 here? Because that will die. That will go away in terms of what I need once I hit there. So let's actually do the 12 there. And then I can do a 5 somewhere. Let's just do a 5 there. So I stayed even with them. I'm going to get rid of one. 20-sider. Oh, great. Let's do 10, 1, and 6. We'll go up 3. I am 1 ahead of it. I'm going to not change out any of my dice. Oh, thanks so much, dice. So 4 and 4. We're back to even. I get to add back in the 20. I'm trying to think, like, what else of interest have I heard with board games recently? Honestly, the thing I've gotten kind of sucked into right now is watching people open, like, just little short clips of people opening, like, Pokemon or Magic the Gathering packs. And it is really giving me the itch to buy magic packs and actually Pokemon packs, which I've never really played Pokemon before, just because it looks fun. Let's see if we do the 6 there. We can do 4, 4, 7. I could put the 2 here. Let's actually do the 2 there, because then 1, 2, 3, 4. We're 1 ahead again. We're going to get rid of the low number there. I actually want some higher numbers now to fill up those 2 sides. But there is something about the chase of trying to open something cool. It's just hard to compare. Let's see, we do the 10, 18, could do an 8 there. Yeah, we're going to do the 8 there. That chase is just fun, opening packs, and I will do like a live opening. Oh, I forgot to do 3 here. Of the Lord of the Rings set when that comes in, because I'm very excited for that one. Let's see, we have 6, 1, 2, 10, 9. Let's do the 9 there. Let's do those 2 together to become a 12. And then let's do we have 9, 12, so we have a max of a 7. Doesn't really help me. Let's do the 6 there. So I'm ahead by 1 still. Not much. That all becomes a 12. So they're going to go up 3. Catch up to me. I hit the 12 there. I can go up with a 6 there. I add in a die. So it's actually, at this point in time, I want to be down a die. Maybe 2 consistently. Like, I would love to just maintain, if I can get a 6 here for going up, that allows me to at least take this side up with a 6-sided die. Oh, they're 1 ahead. 5, 5, 5, 7, 16, or 18. 18 goes there. Guess we're doing, oh, like I said, I want to do a 6 here. They're crossing out 4. This is going downhill fast, because I don't really want to use a 12 there. Prefer to keep that at 9. I should have gone with the 12 there, because I'm going to drop that one out of there. I will use it though, for like I was saying, my 6, and I'm going to go 12. They go up 3, because that's what my dice pool had been at that point. 12 and 3, 7. Okay, I say 12. I'm going to use it as a 12. They're going to go up twice. I'm going to lose a die. Two and 11. Wow, so that's garbage. So that's a 13. They go up 1. I lose a die. Do I want to? It doesn't matter which one I lose. 5, and I can plus or minus 1 die. So I'm going to add back in a die. 16 and 4. Well, I might as well do 16 there. Add back in a die. This is last turn. So clearly I'm not going to make it to the top. 12 and a 20, and they complete it. Your score is the empty number of boxes on your companion sheet. As I've demonstrated, that is a hard thing to do. Which, honestly, part of me is like, I want to try it one more time. I have time. I don't know which side I want to do, though. And so I've shown you a couple different of the maps I can do. There are more maps than this in there. You can do a whole like series of games, see how well you do, that sort of thing over, I believe, either 6 or 8 different maps. Let's go back to the pyramids and hope, for the love of God, I roll well. Oh, I rolled hot garbage. Some of those are usable. 2, 2, 3. They go up 4. Have to trash 1. Let's see. Let's see if I can roll better here. Oh, not really. It's 2, 4, 4, 1. I'm actually going to drop a die. They're one ahead of me. Bloody hell. Then 4, 6, 8. Remember, it doesn't hurt as much to go up number-wise along the edge because you only have one spot to get it. Can swap a die? I'm not going to swap a die. Oh, of course. Let's do 4 and 8. Add in a die. I do have to say, Allplay used to be board game tables. That's where my board game table came from. It does really nice work. All right, a 1, a 1, a 2, and a 2. I need to ideally get 3 different combinations out of that. There's no harm in putting a 1 there. I can do a 2 there. I can do a... Actually, yeah. I can do 2 there, and I can do a 2 there. So I maintain my position with them. Are we in the same spot? We are tied right now. I would love to be able to use every single die on this roll, please. And thank you, and no. So let's do 3, 5, and 6. And we subtract a die. Let's get rid of the lowest one, actually. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we have a 5, a 6, and a 6. As long as you have both things under, you can continue to work your way up. 2, 3, and 9. Well, 2, 3, and let's do the 9 there. Do I want to plus or add or subtract a die? No, let's subtract a die for right now. Don't regret that. I regret that slightly. Let's do a 3. They go up by 1. Actually, no. We're going to keep the D6. Oh, we got a 2 thing I could not use. Couldn't use a 2 or a 1. Can swap. I'm not going to swap. Got a 1. I'm still not going to swap. 3. Okay. Because now I can go 3. Oh, actually, we have to correct that. 3 does not exist. Because first time I didn't use anything, I would have added a die. It's when you're down to 1 die, you always add. A 4 and a 6 actually worked out well for me in that exchange. Add another die. Let's add in the D12. 2, 8, and 7. Let's do 7 and 9. Let's actually add in the smallest die. 1, 1, 6, 8. Oh, 6 and 8. They're adding 3 across marks. You know what? We're going to actually remove the smallest die. I'm up 2 on them. That is a 1. Not super useful. But I can do a 7 there. And a 6 there. And let's swap like so. We need to start getting slightly higher numbers. I forgot to cross off for them. So we maintain our 2 ahead. Oh, thanks. Well, we maintain. We're going to go 12 and 5. I can swap. I'm not going to swap. Actually, it's not a may. We're adding a die. We have a 7, a 10. And we're adding a die. So here we go. 7, 8, 17, and 2. 7, 8, 17. We're doing that only because it keeps us even with them. We're going to subtract a die. That 2 did us no good. 11, 6, and 7. Now we actually want it back because having that extra die is going to allow us to do better addition. So I could do an 8 and 19. I could do a 9 and 13. Now I'm going to do an 8, 19. Oh goodness. That is dangerous. Subtracting a die. I have a couple turns left. Plus or minus. I can't get high enough there yet. Had that. I don't think there would have been a way, but so they go up 2. I can plus or minus a die. I'm gonna win this time. Most likely. So I'm actually going to minus a die because technically they cross first. And when somebody has completed, it ends the game. Though technically also if both of us complete it at the same time, we end the game. We're both going to complete it at the same time, most likely. Because I need to get it something that adds more than 20. They're going to cross off. I didn't get something that adds more than 20. 2 rolls. 2 solid chances to do that. And no such luck. But that is the way that the dice crumble. I mean cookie crumbles. Cookie crumbles. And I've now played it 5 times. Which means, I'm looking at my stats here on BG Stats. Great app. Worth picking up if you want to do stats for your board games. Oh, that needs to be adjusted. Start date should be January 1st. Don't think it'll make any difference. But I have now gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 games played 5 times this year. I'm also at 709 plays out of 1,000 for my target for the year. My realistic target might be closer to 3,000 game plays this year. I am hitting it hard this year. This is something that let me go big. Let me go big here, because I will say this. If you're looking at like, man, he's targeting 3,000 gameplays for the year. That's just insane. I feel like I'm slacking No, you're not slacking. You aren't slacking on your gameplays. This is very intentional on my behalf to find quick solo games. I changed careers-ish positions. Different company, and I'm now more on the management. I'm totally on the management side of things. I used to be a software developer. And software development, even with that, I would get like the brain fuzz of everything getting burnt out. Like, my brain is clicking. I have been staring at this project way too long. I don't know what anything means anymore. That happens too as a manager, less so, but in a different way, because I'm in a ton of meetings versus necessarily trying to problem solve all the time. But because I'm in a ton of meetings, I have built in unintentionally like a fair amount of like 5 to 10 minute chunks throughout the day. They're great for answering emails. They're good for a little bit of brainstorming. But sometimes what you need is just a quick game to clear your brain. So games like Grove, Orchard, Crisscross, they all get played. Or when I've worked from home, Relics of Rajavihara, they all get played because I can play a game, a scenario, whatever it might be, in under 5 minutes. So I have a ton of gameplays of games like that, which is why that, like, it's very intentional on my behalf for clearing my brain, but it's not something that's going to work for everybody out there. But with that, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this was fun. I won't lie, this was a little bit frustrating to play. Like, my initial reaction for Roll to the Top is for solo, it's 5, maybe a 6. I hope multiplayer, I enjoy it more at a 8 range. And that's kind of where I think it's going to top out at, but that's just a guess. There have been games that, I mean, I look at this and I compare it, I really don't compare it, well, it's a roll and write, so I compare it to something like Trek 12. Trek 12, I have an easy fix for that solo experience. You just don't do the solo opponent. You just play and see how good a score you can get. This one, you don't have really that option. I could keep a tally of how many turns it takes me, low score wins, and see how low a total I can get. But, I mean, that's less interesting. But, like I was saying, with that, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this gives you an idea if Roll to the Top looks like a good game for you. I only showed off a couple of the maps, like I said. Actually, let's look. I have the bottom of the box right here. There's 2 more, so 6 total maps, which offers some good variety. there's a little postcard thing in here too. But hopefully this has been fun. Hopefully it was fun to see this game. It's one that's been a little bit harder to find, so to see it in action. And let me know your thoughts on it. You can do that down in the comment section below. If you enjoy the content that I put out, please subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. And again, leaving comments. All of those things just really help this channel grow, help more people find out about what we're doing here. And as for when I go live, if you want to know that, simplest way is subscribe and click that notification bell. If you're not ready for that sort of commitment yet, I don't blame you. I'm an odd guy. But you can always know that 8:30 p.m. Central Time on Mondays and 8 p.m. Central on Wednesdays are when I go live. Wednesdays are going to be campaign game. ISS Vanguard is the one down on the table. Mondays tend to be one-off games, sometimes video games, that I check out. That if you want more content that I put out, you can check out the backlog of videos over on Malts and Meeples, but also check out nerdologist.com, where I write about all sorts of nerdy things. I dive into a ton of different nerdy things so that you can figure out if they're going to be something that works for you. As well as then I have a Marvel podcast. Normally I wrap up my Monday streams in about half an hour because of that Marvel podcast, and I need to get it edited and out the door. It's called 10 Minute Marvel. You can check that out on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. But if you like Marvel stuff, it's a good way to check that out. It's more than 10 minutes long. It used to be 10 minutes long only. So with that, bottoms up. Thank you for watching.